The gold medal honors those exceptional few whose significant body of work has had a lasting influence on the theory and practice of architecture. The citation I'm about to present to Peter Bohlin reads, "The American Institute of Architects is privileged to confer the 2010 Gold Medal on Peter Q. Bohlin, FAIA, a master of orchestrating place and program, equally at home on a crowded city street or in the green silence of a sun-dappled forest. His architecture serves human needs by embracing the genius of stone and timber, sun and wind, and ancient landscapes that offer to his eyes the clues for present excellence. From log cabin to glass box, the grace and humility with which he seamlessly marries tradition and innovation spring from an imagination and ethic that credits nature as co-equal with man in the timeless act of placemaking, yielding an architecture not of the land, on the land, but of it." George H. Miller, FAIA President, and Stephen K. Lose, FAIA Secretary, 12th of June, 2010. Congratulations, Peter. Now it's time to make it official.
Sounds a little like a cow with its bells. My daughter said sweetly last night, I think, I got the second hand, so I could be wrong. Well, in Switzerland, the best cows get the biggest bells. So, well, the best cow today. Well, I would like first to thank you all. Thank you. We are all very lucky to be architects. I mean, we know this. And I cannot imagine anything I would have loved to do more. And I remember when the first week at RPI, that I thought, man, I found what I loved, what I want to do with my life. And then I wish to be great. I don't think I am. I'm very good. But great is almost impossible. But it is great to find what you love. And you're then going to spend a great life working at it, caring, figuring out what it all means. And we each have to do that ourselves. I don't think anyone can tell us rules beyond a certain point. And it's a matter of seeing what's the right thing. And I don't mean by that, I'm not being moralistic. I mean, it's as much an emotional issue as it is an intellectual issue, which I think you all know this. And I'd also like to thank a few people first, and groups. Andy Metter and the Committee on Design for saying they'd like to nominate me, and then permitting us to put a package together for them. Thank you. I have worn my chairman's medal, which is as beautiful as any. It's getting larger now with more chairmen, of course, but in my day it didn't have to be so big. Beyond that, the many thoughtful friends who wrote extraordinary letters, very insightful letters, and I'm regarding this, and I thank you again. Some of those were on video. I won't thank you by name. And then the jury who sifted through that, and again, I won't name all of you, but I thank you for putting me, which I thought was somewhat unlikely but possible, in among the three that the board then chose from. And then James Timberlake, who I asked if he would be so gracious or so kind as to make the presentation to the board. I mean, there's so many funny stories, as you know, about people running over in time or not getting it right. And we all know as architects that even in the most modest of circumstance, getting it right is not so easy. And it requires not only discipline and intelligence, but great intuition. He and his partner Steve did an extraordinary job, and I thank them. I'm not sure even they're here today because, man, they are now working over in London as well. And then, of course, I would like to thank the board for giving this great honor. And I think we're at an interesting time. We are a little bit rudderless as a society. Whatever, thank you so much for doing this. Now, I'd like to just say a few words. Rather than using teleprompter, I'd prefer to read them because I'm used to that. We've lived at the intersection of people, technology, and art. I believe in the making of architecture that is both technically sophisticated and humane, that nurtures and enables people, that touches their hearts. I love to think how we might reveal the nature of places, both natural and man-made, the nature of people, and the nature of how things are made. I love to consider how we move, how we see and feel, how we react to the world around us, how we remember, how our childhoods sort of thread through our lives. Over the past years, many people within our practice, I have 11 partners. There are 12 of us. We are not hierarchical. I think we work with persuasion and insight. But these many people within our practice beyond those principles, these partners, are I'm so lucky. This is not a matter of an individual. This is a matter of me. It's a matter of all of us. And believe me, that is extraordinarily important. But these many people have extended these interests that I've talked about, at getting at the nature of things, which continue to inform our architecture. With both intellect and intuition, we search for the web of circumstance and ways to reveal the essence of all things. And of course, we all get to decide what's important, each of us, each of you. But that search can create the most powerful, touching architecture. Now, our world is changing at a super exponential pace. There's both great opportunity and great risk to humanity and all life on this planet. We must act responsibly now to use our resources wisely, to enable future humanity to enjoy this extraordinary life. The challenge is to swiftly reshape our society to be truly sustainable, whatever that means, and we're all searching for that, while retaining those qualities we value. Now, there are many ways to say that, but it means that modernism, and I grew up with modernism, I was reminded yesterday, my early years as a young student in places like Sarasota, looking at, in effect, Florida's case study buildings by guys like Rudolph, who were searching and believing, as people like my hero, our hero, when I was at Cranbrook, Charles Eames, and those other heroes like Asplund and Leverance, for that combination of things that got at how to relate to everyone and at the same time deal with one's own sense of the world around each of us, if it's around me. So I thank you for this. And I thank my family. Sally's here, my daughter Eve, I think my sister, I can't see you here, the odd lighting. My sister Nancy, my brother-in-law Al, Dr. Merritt. He's a great veterinarian, by the way. No, one of the great guys in the world, And a few clients are here, and I noticed more on the screen. I thought, oh my God. Thank you all. And thank those of our family who are not here, because they had a wedding that they could not avoid. No. We all have certain responsibilities, and you figure out what the hell they are. So, thank you all. I'm sure I've missed a few, but I'm so appreciative. So thank you.